What I ate in a day, Zepbound weight loss, 93 pounds. I'm super stoked to share with you what I ate in a day. Woke up, the count brought me up some coffee with some heavy cream in it. I came down to get a second cup of its half decaf, half regular coffee with just a splash of half and half creamer in there because I live life to the absolute fullest. Footloose and fancy free, honey. And this is my neighbor, by the way, supporting our local farmers here in rural Virginia. And I decided to have a third cup of coffee because I'm going to get my mammogram later on this morning. I'm slightly nervous. I got some new shoes. I am obsessed with these. I just talked about them in my recent plus size haul. After losing 92 pounds, my clothes have changed a ton, as has my sneakers. So these were some new sneakers that I ended up getting. Super excited about them. At this point, I'm now running late to my mammogram. So I go in and I'm going to grab, oh, there's my mammogram outfit check too, by the way. I'm going to go in and grab some to-go food. Normally I have around 10 a.m. something to eat. I'm shooting for 125 grams of protein today on my Zepbound weight loss. For me, protein is a big deal because I lift weights and just trying to prevent muscle mass. So I'm having a clear protein drink. They're the isolate powder protein drink or the isolate drink whey protein drinks, 20 grams of protein. And I grabbed a bear, I always mispronounce it, barbell bar. They're 20 grams of protein. They're really good. It's under 200 calories. And then that clear protein drink is 90 calories. So I'm around the 290 calorie range with the barbell has 20 grams of protein. So 40 grams of protein so far this morning. And I'm running a little bit late. Normally I wouldn't have so much packaged stuff, but say la vie. That's what we're doing today. So I got to my mammogram, getting changed. Glad I had some breakfast. That is for body composition, which I thought I was getting, but it's a DEXA scan. So it's measuring my bones. This is me after my mammogram. Go get your mammogram checked. And I wanted to go treat myself to Cava. Have you guys been to Cava before? I am so excited. High protein bowl with veggies in there, super filling. This bowl has a ton of vegetables in there. I ended up getting the double meat. If you get steak, for example, the grilled steak, it's only 160 calories. Double that, it's 220 calories, but so much protein, pickled onions, olives, so good healthy fats in there too. I am obsessed with this bowl, as was Mr. Freddie. I know you guys have missed Mr. Freddie. He wanted to see if I dropped any of my kava ball. I'm like, not on today's watch, son. And I only ate half of it. So it was only 600 calories, but here's the price point on it too. It was not crazy expensive. I was so excited. So was Mr. Freddie.
I just got back from Cava. Okay, here's the meals that I got for our family. I wanted to share them, but I got different ones to test out and try. So I got their different sauces. You can get up to 3 sauces per container in. And then I ordered extra meat on there. The price point for these with ordering the extra meat, I hope they charged me. I'm sure they did. Yeah, it was not crazy. It was $62 for 3 bowls, but I got extra meat on there. And so adding like extra chicken was an extra $4.60, extra steak an extra $7, and extra lamb meatballs an extra $5.55. This is what it looks like. And I got all the fixings on top. For the base, you can do grains or arugula. One of them I just got all arugula, but then the rest of them I got half and half. If you just got brown rice, I think it was like 320-ish calories, but half and half, 100, it was just 150 calories, and then the calories for the arugula, then the protein, but pickled onions, feta, olives, other pickles, cucumbers, tomatoes, like, hello, all no brainer. That one is the steak. This one is the lamb meatballs, and then this one was the chicken. It's like a honey-based chicken. So excited about this. So excited about this amazing meal.
After lunch, I wanted to go ahead and take my multivitamin, which is Gem Bites. I am obsessed. I've had Gem Bites now for months and months and months. I stay on Gem Bites because the nutrition in it is so good. One of the things that I like about it is it has prebiotics and probiotics in there. And for my Zepbound with GLP-1, you can have, or I'll say the gastrointestinal are very common GLP-1 side effects. So having a prebiotic and probiotic in my multivitamin is amazing. And isolated powders, pills, and gummies can be full of synthetic ingredients and fillers. and you don't get those powerful antioxidants or phytonutrients that you can only get from real food. Nutrients you can get from Gem are more bioavailable than what you get from synthetic vitamins. Gem has been super kind to the Countess of Shopping community to give us 50% off your first month. Go to dailygem.com/queen and use my code queen at checkout. I ended up making a protein pudding and watching The Serpent Queen, which that show is amazing, by the way, if you haven't, all on Catherine de Medici history. But I had like a third of this protein pudding. If you want the recipe, comment down below and I'll make sure I do a follow-up video on it. It's so good.
I'm first going to go ahead and take my mandolin slicer, oops, make sure I get it right, and then slice up all of my cucumbers into just a little glass bowl here. And then I'm going to start assembling the rest of them, which is going to be some lox, some chicken, cream cheese, Greek yogurt to add some extra protein on top of it, and capers, and then everything in the bagel seasoning, but I ran out of everything in the bagel seasoning. So I'm just gonna use instead some garlic powder, sesame seeds, and a little bit of Herbes de Provence sea salt. It's so good. It's by the company Fresh Jacks. It's delicious. So while I'm mixing these, I'm gonna mix half of the cucumbers in, and then I'm gonna shake it all together. I think this go around, I may add a little bit of vinegar into it too. I add vinegar into my deviled eggs and into a lot of stuff. I just like the way vinegar tastes. So I'm gonna keep going with my cucumber, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in some of like the sauce, which is the cream cheese and the Greek yogurt. So this gets covered, and then I'll shake it together, but at least it helps with the covering. I want all of my little pieces to have the delicious sauce on top of them too. Sauce meaning the cream cheese and some of that Fage Greek yogurt to go on there too. I'm not gonna put all of it. I'm gonna dump out some of the whey. I just don't like that. I like these little personal pan pizzas. They're not personal pan pizzas, but I like these individual size ones because I don't have to measure out then for my calories. I can just eyeball it. And then I'm gonna put some of my cream cheese in there. Oops. We're just throwing things around like the Swedish chef. And then I'm gonna mix that together here in a minute. There's so much stuff going on. We're gonna mix that all together. And then I'm just gonna mix that together. It's a lot. And then I'm gonna put some of my capers in there, and I like the caper juice too. Where is my knife? I did a lot of capers in there too. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my lox and my chicken in. All right, I have 4 ounces of chicken. I'm adding that in there too. I'm gonna mix that around, and then I'm gonna put my lox on top of here as the next piece. Here's the next part of the smoked salmon. I'm just gonna pull off. The Count was so sweet, he got this for me. And I'm not gonna use the amount that Logan uses in his cucumber recipe because I don't really like salmon very much, but it does blend very well together with all of the flavors in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up, and then I'll add it also to my mixture as well. It all complements each other very well. I would never eat that on its own, but I really, really like it in the mixture now that I've done it, and to get that extra protein. And I'm just gonna cut it into little itty bitty bits just because I don't want a big chunk of I don't want a big chunk of salmon in there. So I'm just gonna take that, put it into my bowl, and now I have all this high protein in there for one of my Zepbound meals. Oh my gosh, man down. We're just flicking things left and right. Mix that in. How good does that look? So good. So the dog came over there, Mr. Freddy wanted some too. He finally made it get back into the video. And then I'm just adding tomatoes onto here. I'll mix those in. That's not part of the original recipe, but I really wanted some tomatoes. Do you want some chicken? He knows I'll go on chicken too. Can you sit? 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 Down? Yes. But what are we adding next? A little bit of the Herbes de Provence. I'm being generous with my portions. You just eyeball it. You could just sprinkle in your everything in the bagel seasoning as much as you want. I like a lot of seasoning. Do you guys hear that? Sounds like a duck. We're getting a basketball hoop delivered. Sounds crazy. A little bit of garlic seasoning, and then the white sesame in here. Very generous again. Sounds like a duck dying out there. Super, super high protein. I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. It'll be lunch for tomorrow. It's so good. So filling, so good. Mr. Freddy approves. Oh, man down. Highly recommend.
We are just ending watermelon season here in Virginia, and I had the best. This was the best watermelon I've had the entire watermelon year. It was so juicy, so good. I highly recommend watermelon, and it's filling, and not that many calories in there, and it's water, so it's amazing. You may have to pee 10 million times after eating it, but it is so good. We literally ate as a family that whole watermelon, I think, in one day. Which was great. And I put them in these glass containers. I have them linked on my Zepbound Amazon shopping list down in the description link below, because it makes it really easy for my family members and myself to eat extra watermelon. So I just cut it and then I put it directly, right as we got it, like right as my grocery order came, put them directly into those containers. And then that way it's really, really simple just to grab and go. If you're trying to eat more fruits and vegetables, prep them right as you get home. I did end the day with a little walkie walk with Mr. Freddy. He wanted to have another walk for today. And I've been lifting weights. Today was an off day for lifting weights for me, but I definitely walk most of the day. Make sure you go ahead and snag that 50% off your first month at dailygem.com/queen. It's also linked down in the description link below. And you can use my code QUEEN, QUEEN, at checkout to take advantage of it for your daily vitamin. Gem Bite is delicious, and I highly recommend them for your multivitamin.